see all the wild animals in the nature, we headed to the large wildlife region north of Maun. The first gate for registration comes soon. This huge area is divided by different parks. Even on this wide road, you can see several animals, especially in the late afternoon. The whole wildlife territory contains roughly about 40,000 square kilometers. The water bog was surprised. The female kudu focuses on eating. On our way, the dawn was close, so we could spot more animals, like this spotted hyena. Although there are many in Botswana, they are not seen so frequently. As they are night-active mammals, evening time is best to spot them. From there, we drove just a little bit further along this flooded area to see these thirsty elephants. An adult male elephant requires about 200 liters of water daily. We are still southeast of the Morami gate, which is just a section of the Okavango delta, although a rather spectacular one. It is a beautiful place to see lions here with this scenery. So we enjoyed keeping track of them for some time. They still look tired after a whole day of resting. Altogether, we have seen 5 in this place. Lions are comparably common and can be found easier as, for example, the cheetah or leopard. They like to keep themselves clean. As we nearly wanted to leave, another one came by. Then it was time to leave for our destination, the Morami Game Reserve and Kwai area, which are laying side by side. The next morning, we started our game drive through Morami. Beside the open plains, this section is home for many birds. The red-billed hornbill is very common. Here we see a yellow-billed egret flying away. There's plenty of food for the spur-winged goose. The lechwe antelope, which belongs to the family of water bucks, also loves the flooded grassland. Impala is the most common antelope and you cannot miss them. Further in the bush, we found leopards. This is the female and the beautiful male one is laying close by. Rarely you can see them as a couple. Usually they only stay together when they are looking to mate. Finally, they stood up and walked away just to hide in the dense bushes nearby. Leopards are extremely solitary animals and they like to maintain their own territory that they mark with scratches, urine and feces in order to keep other leopards away. He is also very adaptable, either to hide or to move when he is disturbed. There we found him resting. We did not rest and continued our drive along the Kwai River. There is again Impala. A thirsty elephant is not far. Also the baby elephant loves the muddy water. We had the whole area nearly for ourselves as it was off-season. These are other Lerche antelopes. Hard to recognize, this is a peat kingfisher. The vultures have also found something to eat, for us hidden in the grass. The ground hornbill, also name says, checks on the ground for food. This beautiful landscape with seasonal floodplains is perfect for the waterbug. The waterbug is not wandering around so much, but rather staying in their territory. We left this region now for a short boat tour on the Kwai River. From the boat you can spot many birds. Here we have the African open bill. And for sure we don't miss out the hippos. They are the third largest land mammal after elephants and rhinos. This is a large male one. Hippos are recognizable for their barrel-shaped torsos with open wide mouths and large canine tusks. Can dive underwater for up to 5 minutes. On land, they can run up to 40 kilometers. They are among the most dangerous wild animals in the world. After the sun has set, we started our night drive. At dawn, we first met some zebras, the national animal of Botswana. A very special animal is the spring hare. It looks like a normal hare, standing on 2 feet, but it moves like a kangaroo. At night time, more hyenas can be found. Very rare are the wild dogs, which are one of the world's most endangered mammals. They live and hunt in packs and never stay in one place for long. Open plains and sparse woodlands are the territory they live. They have strong collaborative relationships, working together to hunt for food and taking care of all pups as a pack. They can travel 50 kilometers per day and occupy territories of up to 1,500 square kilometers. This group we saw by the southern border to the Chobe National Park, which we entered through the Makgadikgadi gate. From there, it is another 70 kilometers to Sauti, our destination of today. Just by the main road, but still not well visible, 2 cheetahs laying in the shade. It is the fastest land animal, capable of running up to 100 kilometers. The cheetah is, other than the lion or leopard, active during the day, with peaks during dawn and dusk. Cheetahs have one of the highest success rate when it comes to hunting, but of all the predators, they are the most likely to have the kill stolen away. We left this area with the open plain. On the way, 2 red hartebeest. A flat tire can always happen on these tracks. As we enter the bushy landscape, not only the road turned bad, elephants can occur at any time. Here they find a lot of food. Elephants eat over 160 kg of vegetation daily. Warthogs are fairly common and widespread. They have a fearless character, often standing up to predators. Very different are the giraffes or zebras, who are much more shy and careful. Reaching by the waterhole on the southern side of the Sauti area, the elephants claiming this territory for themselves. Adult elephants have nearly no natural predators. These two guys nearly starting to fight. Close to the waterhole, these lions having a nap under the trees. For a short period, we got their attention. There is quite a huge population of lions in Botswana. Among daytime, you can find them regularly under such trees. If they're laying around like that, you might forget that these are wild and dangerous animals. Just beside, there was another one. This steenbok we saw before reaching Sauti camp. These are banded mongoose. This is the so-called hidden river, as the water, due to a tectonic shift, disappeared. After a night in the tent, we had our breakfast. Leftovers are picked by the hornbill. At the waterhole in Sauti, there are more birds. A group of elephants came to drink. As they had a very small baby elephant with them, they watched very careful to any side to protect the small one. Calves are cared for by the entire herd. Then they decided to go to the other side to drink. The elephant is the largest living land animal. Botswana has the greatest elephant population in Africa, with numbers exceeding 50,000. A single calf is born to a female once every 4 to 5 years after a gestation period of 22 months, the longest of any mammal. After the elephants have left, impala took their chance to drink. As they have many predators, they are very careful. Not so the warthog, they are relaxed. The giraffe has the loosest social structure in the animal kingdom, with the groups changing constantly or moving as individuals from one place to another. It is the tallest animal. The yellow-billed ox-pickers pick out the parasites. These are young jackals. At about 3 weeks old, they begin to spend time outside, playing with their little mates. The jackal is an opportunistic feeder, either kills or is seen around carcasses, like this dead baby elephant, which probably died by natural death. Although familiar to the wild dogs, jackals are territorial. If there's no need, they don't move. After eating, he cleans himself. The impalas in the background are lucky that the lion has no appetite. he prefers rest. Also, the lioness at the bush close by is not interested in hunting right now. It's about 8:30 in the morning and starting to get hot. Just the right time for a bit of personal cleaning. Lions can be remarkably lazy, resting for up to 23 hours. But now, something got his attention. He walks over to the lioness and nearly gives her a kiss. Then he moved around the bush to start resting again. Time for us to go on. In the afternoon we checked them out, but they have just changed the bush because of the sun and were sleeping together. Not too far from the lions, we found this female leopard in the shade. But then something happened. A young leopard was passing by the mother and jumping on a dense tree where prey was stored. It was hardly seen. Leopards move their kills often into trees to safeguard them, especially when there are lions or hyenas around. The leopard has very strong muscles. They can jump over 6 meters forward to capture prey and 3 meters straight up, especially to catch birds. Most of the time, leopards remain on the ground. The bush is perfect for them, with plenty of thickets and big trees. While searching for another resting place, she passed right by our car. By the way, the leopard is the most common of Africa's large cats. Nevertheless, spotting leopards are rare and always a highlight. They can nearly run up to 60 kilometers per hour. In the wild, leopards live around 12 to 15 years. So, we enjoyed observing this beautiful cat for a while, till she finally stood up and disappeared in the bush. The young leopard we found later on another tree. Leopards are mainly active from dusk till dawn and will rest for the most of the day. They are typically shy, but here they are not disturbed by the presence of a vehicle. So we could approach him very close, just about 2 to 3 meters away. Finally, he was climbing down and we followed him. The young leopard remains with the mother for 18 to 24 months. Then he leaves to find his own territory. It took a bit till the young leopard found a place where he wanted to stay. As he was laying down, we could admire his beauty. Leaving from there, a Wahlberg eagle is watching. Kudus love bush savanna, where they can find food and shelter. The male kudu has magnificent long spiral horns. They are common animals and normally seen in small herds. The sun is going to set over the Sauti waterhole as we went back to the camp. The next morning, we packed everything together and dismounted our tents. Today, we had a long driving day ahead, as Option explains.
Today we are driving to Chobe National Park in North. The destination is Kasadi, a lovely road from here to Goha Hills, out of Goha Hills through Chobe Forest Reserve, And then the last part is the tarmac.
Okay, then we are ready to go, huh?
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah.
But first we went to see the Bushman paintings, which is a short walk up. This rock art from the Sun People is estimated to be 3,000 to 4,000 years old. The view from up there is very nice. Not very shy is the hornbill, but here we are to see the big ancient baobab tree. Then we had been on the way along sandy road about 170 kilometers to Kasane. As we were driving in the heat of the day, only few animals showed up, like this young tsesebe, which we slightly disturbed. The giraffe loves acacia leaves, and to their size they can eat what is beyond the reach of others. Time for lunch break. Shortly before we left the dirt road, elephants passed by our way. The tarred road passes by small villages. On the north side is the plain of the Caprivi Strip, which is wetland. Somewhere on the other side is already Namibia. Even from the main road, several animals can be seen close by. Through the Sedudu gate, we entered Chobe North the next morning. As this section is close to Kasane and easy accessible, this part is much more busy. Many water buffaloes live here. The water is also very attractive to birds and hippos. The small baby hippo is just a few days old. Crocodiles lose excess heat by lying with their mouths open on hot summer days. This is a hammerkop. A Wahlberg eagle and some goose are thirsty. Here we have an open-bill stock. The spoonbills in the front are common birds. Also, several African fish eagles live here. Cute are the two blue waxbills to observe. The vervant monkey is very common and popular by tourists, especially when they have babies, as they are so cute. Newborn babies cling to their mother's stomach for the first days after birth before they begin to move around and interact. These monkeys are not shy at all and use every occasion to raid food tables. When they got your food, it's too late. Even having a baby does not hinder them to look for a chance. We remained alert. As we continued, a monitor lizard crossed our way. The lioness rested behind one of the typical bushes here. Male lions were hiding in the shade under the tree. Here, he moved just to the other side. A male kudu and impala we saw on the way out. The waterfront at the Chobe River invites for an afternoon boat tour. The cormorant is just one of the many birds here, beside other animals like the crocodile. This is a big old body. Crocodiles can exceed 1,000 kilograms in weight. They get up to 100 years old. Just beside is a young fellow, which we approached very close. The crocodiles here are not very aggressive. Hippos inhabit rivers, lakes and swamps. While hippos rest near each other in the water, gazing is a solitary activity, and hippos typically do not display territorial behavior on land. Adults weigh around 1,500 kilograms in average. The nutritious grasses is perfect food for the buffalo. They love this place here, but on the other side, they are lions' favorite food. The wide plains are not only attractive to herds of buffalo, also birds like the open-billed storks find plenty of food here. Here we have an African jacana. These birds, who build huge swarms, look like little swifts. The African skimmer is another very interesting bird. Then more wind came up and it looked like it could rain. Coming too fast and too close, the water bug was running away. A bit later, the sun came back out. Over 400 species of birds are recorded, but here we discovered a monitor lizard. With their forked tongue, they pick up scent molecules. Then they analyze them in their mouths and so determine from which side a smell is coming from. After about 2.5 awesome hours, we turned around, so not only this tour, also our safari days came to an end. The next day, we drove back to Maun, and surprisingly, we saw wild dogs on the main road. Wild dogs are incredibly social animals with a strict hierarchical structure led by an alpha male and alpha female. This lorry driver was not so much interested in the dogs. When they hunt, they're working together, often with a persistent strategy that their prey will become exhausted. They have a success rate of about 90%, which is not seen by any other African predators. Their main natural enemies are the lion and the spotted hyena. While the lion is killing the dogs, the hyenas stealing their food. Alas checked and they disappeared in the bush. We too went our way and took a break. As we were watching the animals beside the road, it was soon time to say goodbye to our fantastic guide option and our great chief Casey. In Maun, we stayed a night at the Old Bridge Backpackers. The giant kingfisher was just one of the many birds there. On the other day, we took the road going on the west side around Makgadikgadi National Park. The name means lifeless land. The Makgadikgadi pens are one of the biggest salt pens worldwide. They are formed by 2 large and thousands of small pens. All in all, they cover an area of more than 8,400 square kilometers. On the south side is our goal, the mining town Orafa, with a nice game park. As there are no more rhinos in the wilderness anymore, this is an excellent place to go. You can easily go by a 2-wheel drive. There are many white rhinos, but as we had been there in the early afternoon, they remained in the shade. Other animals that live here is the beautiful oryx antelope or gamsbok. They can survive without water for a very long time and don't mind very hot temperatures. Oryx have very long and sharp horns that they use for protection. The giraffe can eat everywhere and even don't mind thorns. As this nice park is not so popular, we had them nearly for ourselves. Wild beasts are not dangerous animals. The rhino can hear and smell very well, but having very bad eyes. Rhinos stay in their territory. We could approach very close to the rhino, but had to be watchful by those with a baby. If they not feel threatened, they're not very aggressive. The white rhino is the largest among 5 living species. Males average about 2 to 2,300 kilograms, but can also exceed 3,000 kilograms. Rhinos only eat plants from which they need about 100 kilograms per day. The rhino is up to 50 kilometers per hour fast and live around 40 to 50 years. They have no real predators in the wild. Because of their horns, humans are the real predators. As they have to drink daily at the water holes, they can easily be shot there. Rhinos can drink up to 80 liters of water if available. They can survive without water for 4 to 5 days. A calf is born after 16 months of gestation. The young rhino is active immediately after birth. A calf stays with the mother for around 3 years. Rhinos often take mud baths to protect their skin from the sun, parasites, and most importantly, to maintain skin moisture. We enjoyed watching the rhinos for a bit. These are our last impressions from our wonderful trip to Botswana.